Akwaba Shonko and Fambra Atija Jumedie so ewo Kumasi online TV and Tuesday and yama Shegu ewa be fontin time fidie ne so de mahu ba munyi muntiem entiase no eno na ndema betina hanum se je se me ba be pensem mu na musu mehu de ekoso ewo aban yi mu ebusia wonya subscribe to the channel so make sure so be subscribe de ama mo subscribe your notification bell no na what do I so afa comment section na say Mahama 24-hour policy Mahama fitim bro be kan yi ene ne yamanfo atwe na basane sere saa ene de edru ne so ono so be twe Mahama basane sere founder and leader of APC Dr. Hassan Ayariga or say Mahama well for papa na saa 24-hour policy ya we be gina hono ma wano choklolo do okay enya wo kra na ade ba na yo no ne policy a somewhere 2016 ekosi 2020 eno le sa policy no e ba ye be san say ye wo man bi mu asanye NPP na ye NDC ntino sandu meku a wo susua no ya na media ni ncha wo mani e fa nkwa hwe wo mo enu ntini Mahama ewie ono ne policy ena Mahama ebe gira ho no meka ntini ye be sa Mahama say senye ye hwe sede Ghana mebuo ne te pa dumso ni ade ewo ho no mi Mahama 24-hour policy wo de ba kwan ben pa na obefa so a ubetumi implement ma na ye ya Mahama nya mu nkyeremu bi amfa ma ye sad say Hassan Ayariga say sa policy no yo no ane de na Mahama de oye kronfo ankasa mama yenko tie no mu nsamimra sisia.
In 2012, when I was the presidential candidate of the PNC, if you listen to the debates we had, I spoke about Ghana having a 24-hour economy where we make good use of our time and become a production hub, manufacturing hub, and an industrial nation. When I became the APC candidate in 2016, it was in the manifesto, and 2020, it was also in the manifesto. So all along, we have been talking about 24-hour economy. We've been talking about nationwide job centers. We've been talking about a national data system. We've been talking about a national data plan. We've been talking about price guarantee system and control system because of what is happening in the market. They are all there in the manifesto. Industrialization. I can go on and on and on. But sadly, the media don't actually pay attention to minority parties' manifestos apart from that of NDC and MPP. And that is how come it has overloaded all of you. And you are even wondering how come the APC has it and never said anything. We've been talking about it. But your attention is not on policies of minority parties. Your attention is on what you want. That's NDC and MPP. And so when President Mahama started talking about 24-hour, and then the whole country is talking about 24-hour, let me be very honest with you. 24-hour is the least of our manifesto promises.
Okay.
It's the least because you cannot operate a 24-hour economy without putting proper structures in place. So if you look at our manifesto, we started with certain policies before we came to the 24-hour economy. We talk about a production hub, Ghana becoming a production hub, a manufacturing and industrial hub. This is the basis of a 24-hour economy.
After which the 24-hour economic policy will be implemented.
Yes, so if you look at my manifesto, it even said 24-hour production. You understand?
Of what?
For businesses, workers, and companies. Because you see, a 24-hour economy is basically on production, manufacturing, and construction and industrialization. It's not every company that will run 24-hour in Ghana. You have to concentrate on the structures. What structures are you putting in place to achieve a 24-hour economy? One, the cycle of a 24-hour economy is to allow the workforce of Ghana, that means the Ghanaian workforce, divided into 3 shift systems, where some workers will start from 6 a.m. and close 2 p.m. The next one will start from 2 p.m. and close 10 p.m. And the last section will start from 10 p.m. and close 6 a.m. So you see, it's a cycle. It's a 24-hour cycle.
Sir, someone will argue that the 24-hour economic policy in production is subject to demand and supply. So where there are no demand or excess demand for a product or services, how then do you practice this 24-hour policy?
A country like Ghana is in huge demand of everything. The reason why we import almost everything in this country. So if the person doesn't understand the purpose of a production hub, he should tell me how come we spend $1.2 billion importing rice. How come we spend $700 million importing oil? When we can produce oil, we can farm rice, we spend over $700 million importing fish and frozen chicken. We spend $650 million importing tissues, diapers, and tea roll. All these things is the purpose of a 24-hour economy, so that it will be enough. The production hub will produce, and then it goes to the next stage. What is the next stage? A manufacturing hub. And then the last stage of it is an industrial hub. So when you begin to work on these three aspects, these three industries that I'm talking about, you will need to run 24-hour economy to achieve the total demand that you are talking about. Sometimes we don't even have rice in the system. That's why they keep increasing prices of rice all the time. They keep increasing prices of oil all the time. They keep increasing prices of tissue. And the reason why there's so much pressure on the Ghanaian city, the reason why we don't understand where we're coming from, the pressure on the city is as a result of we being a dependent nation. Not just because we don't know how to manage the city. It is because we are too dependent on everything. We practically import everything in this country. So we cannot sleep 16 hours and work 8 hours, and then we become a productive and an independent, sustainable nation. Is that possible? Ghanaians sleep 16 hours and only work 8 hours. A nation that sleeps more than it works will definitely be in economic crisis.
And these policies were propounded by you way back in 2012.
Yes. Look, I've lived in Germany. I've worked in Germany. I've schooled in Germany. All right? And I've worked in various companies and factories that were running 24 hours. I was the MD of Ford German company.
Wow.
The of Ford. Ask very well. I was the quality officer of Ford as a very young man.
Mm-hmm.
And I was running 24 hours with all my workers. Because we're getting items from Venezuela, we're getting items from South Africa all the time. So the company will have to be there in order to make to do control of all these parts coming all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, some countries have different time. Things will come from Germany and the US, different time. Others will come from Venezuela. The time will be different from South Africa. So I was running a 24-hour production. And
because the systems are all in place. Here we don't have the systems.
No, that is why I'm saying that that's why I said that the 24-hour economy is on my 30 policies. The other policies is what to make a 24-hour economy productive and achievable. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yes. So somebody will ask me, how are the workers of Ghana going to be working in a 24-hour economy? Some people say that it's going to the employers are going to be paying more. No, they're not going to be paying more wages. They're rather going to be getting more revenue. Because the more you produce, the better money you make. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yes, demand is high in Ghana in terms of everything. Tell me which part of Ghana that a commodity is not in demand and it's in satisfaction. No commodity in Ghana is even common water. The water we produce that is free of charge that we can extract it from the ground. It's in low demand. It's in high demand. And producers of oil water companies cannot even supply. Look at chicken. Why do you think chicken is so high? Because they cannot produce enough to feed the nation. So they have to import fish. Why do you think we import a lot of fish when the sea is right in front of here? Because cost of fishing is more expensive than importing fish.
Mm-hmm.
Are you with me?
I'm
the
listening to you.
fishermen, sometimes they go into the sea in the night, but it is not enough.
Yeah, sir. Back to this 24-hour policy. Maybe Mr. Mahama's 24-hour policy is a little bit different from yours. Are you taking the time to look into these two 24-hour policies by Mahama and you?
Let me tell you, there is nothing different between Mahama's policy and mine. The only difference is that President Mahama and the MP and the NDC, they are struggling to explain a 24-hour economy. And then former President Vice Mahmoud Bawumia and the MPP are also struggling to understand. Are you with me? This one is struggling to explain. John Mahama and the NDC, they are struggling to explain. Bawumia and the MPP, they are struggling to understand because both of them don't have the blueprint. So one is telling this one that, 24-hour economy is this. Because he can't explain it better, this one cannot understand it. So you see Bawumia ridiculing it, and you say they are going to present it and do it because they don't have the enough blueprint and knowledge to be able to explain a 24-hour economy. So they are struggling to explain. And the MPP too, because they see that something that these people cannot explain, they are also struggling to understand. But ask me any question about it, and I'll explain. Open your phone line and let anybody ask me any question, and I'll give him the right answer. Because it's my brainchild, and I know it so well.
I see. So they have plagiarized it, and then what steps are you taking to curb the situation or put the attention to it?
That. The point here is that if they win and they want to adapt it, they should come to me, and I'm not the original originator of it in the world, but I'm the originator of it in Ghana. I know what I'm talking about. Are you with me? I will give them the blueprints if they win and I don't, to help build Ghana.
Oh, so you have even the blueprint of the
I have everything.
Policy.
That is why I'm able to explain it better than them. Are you with me? Look, Ghana is not producing enough. Our nation is not also manufacturing enough. And definitely we do not have enough industry. 80% of Ghanaian youth are unemployed. And Ghana will import practically everything from even food to consume. And our nation is a dependent nation. And in serious economic crisis, the reason behind my 24-hour economic proposal in the 20 APC manifesto. You understand? So the problem is that the main aim of the policy is to increase productivity, create jobs, production, manufacturing, construction, services, and industrialization. And as well, we should have a vibrant economy during the day and night. And this policy allows flexibility. And don't forget, it reduces corruption drastically.
Sir,
and it stops the delay in government businesses.
So when you come to the health sector, they are, practicing this 24-hour economy. When you come to even the prostitutes, when you come to even the transport sector and other. So apart from production, which sectors of the economy will you, implement this 24-hour economic policy?
When you say the hospitals are running 24 hours, the hospitals are not running full capacity 24 hours.
Okay.
What we are talking about is that full capacity of a 24-hour economy. Because, you see, when other sectors of the economy, the country is running 24 hours, what it means is that hospitals must also be alert 24 hours to receive any kind of casualty. Not in the evening where you put two office nurses at the hospital, and then when they bring in one emergency, and you think that it is 24 hours. No. What it means is that if the hospital has 50 workers or 60 workers, 20 workers will run in the morning shift, 20 workers will run in the afternoon shift, and 20 workers will run in evening shift. So that when these other industries are running 24 hours and there's emergency, it's normal. They will run to the hospital at all times because the country is busy 24 hours, day and night. Nothing is happening. Nobody is sleeping. Section of the Ghanaian people will sleep 8 hours. Another section will sleep 8 hours. And another section will sleep 8 hours. So morning workers, when they are working, even you, as a radio presenter, you have to work 24 hours. Because
we really work 24 hours.
Hold on.
We don't shut our machines down. It runs 24 hours.
I'm coming to explain further.
Okay.
You interview me now.
Mm-hmm.
I've spoken. I've finished talking. So whatever you have interviewed me now for the morning people to listen, in the afternoon, you play and interview other people too as well.
Okay.
And it's continue in the evening because some sections are sleeping when you were interviewing me. They didn't listen to it. Those who are working afternoon and evening shift, probably they were sleeping at that time. So the period when you interviewed me must also be done in the next shift. The interview will be played. Other people will also be interviewed at that section. It continues to the third shift. So all the time, you are busy as a media man, not a situation where you play just in the night music throughout the night and you say you're running 24 hours. No. You're not going to be playing music 24 in the night and think that that's a 24-hour radio presentation. No. You're also going to be busy because at that time, the category of people who are listening to you are also same. Numbers of people who were sleeping when you were running the show.
But you know that we are not nocturnal beings, and then we tend to sleep in the night.
Let's say that Ghana has 900 workers. Shift A, from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., 300 workers will be on the field working. Shift B, from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., 300 workers will be working. Shift C, which is the third shift, the last shift, from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., another 300 will be working. So you see, we have a balance of 300 workers working all the time. How do you serve them? You also have to work all the time in order to serve them. But why are we doing this? If we begin to run a 24-hour economy and produce enough and become a manufacturing hub, we will need to get certain workers from the neighboring countries because we will not have enough workforce to do the job, or else some people will be running 2 shifts. You see, when you are abroad, sometimes even your friends, those who live abroad, you call him and say, Charlie, how now? He tells you, oh, boss, I did my first shift too. I get 2 jobs. I did go second job. Because they do not have enough workforce. So some people must run 2 shifts. Or sometimes somebody also needs to earn more. He wants more money to send home to do things. So he has shift in the morning and he has evening shift. So he sleeps in between just the afternoon, the 8 hours. So he works 16 hours. Wow. He works 16 hours. But in Ghana, we sleep 16 hours and work 8 hours. And we want our country to be as good as European countries. No. Even the 8 hours, what are we doing? Go to some of the workshops, the companies, and see how they work. Some of them are playing cards. Some of them are doing betting, lotto, betting, gamblers. They are not even working. So Ghana's problem is our mindset and our leaders and attitude towards work. I tell you, people go to work, and instead of working, they are doing their own thing. Because no monitoring, no evaluation, and no accountability. People do whatever they do and get away with it. You cannot run a country that does not have discipline. That's even the ministries. Go there and look. By 8 o'clock, when workers are supposed to be in their offices sitting down, you get to the ministries at even 10 o'clock, then some of them are not there. When they come 11, they'll come and sit down and do to 1 hour, open their computer, play solicitor and cards and all that, and get up and go. No productivity, nothing is working. And then they get away with it.
No, would you have it still in your manifesto come 2024?
It's going to be there. You see, it's not all the things that are in the 2020 manifesto that we are going to take up. Those that we see that probably government has been able to implement. Look, I was the first person who got a special prosecutor. When I brought the special prosecutor, the MPP implemented it. But it is not a special prosecutor that I put in my manifesto. I said independent special prosecutor. But when the MPP was implementing the special prosecutor thing, they brought in a special prosecutor who works under the office of the Attorney General. It is not supposed to be that way. You cannot work under a particular office and be able to prosecute. Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
A special prosecutor must be independent, has autonomous, has his own authority, that he can even investigate judges and lawyers and even government officials. But now, the special prosecutor we have is harmless. It's because he gets his directives and orders from the office of the Attorney General. So if the office says, don't do this, he has no authority. Go and do this, he has authority. So why do you work under the office of the Attorney General if you want to be a special prosecutor? Then the office could have been doing that. They can do that without even you. Are you getting what I'm saying? So in implementing policy, sometimes when you pick a policy from somebody and you don't understand the policy, quietly invite the person and say, look, Ayariga, we've seen that you also wrote a special prosecutor in your, in your manifesto. What is your policy of a special prosecutor? It's free of charge because I love this country more than I love any other person. So I will give you the policy free of charge and not even tell the world that is my policy. After all, what I want is it to be implemented, not necessarily implemented by me. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if the NDC wins, in an unlikelihood John Mahama becomes president again, and he comes to me and say, my brother, your 24-hour economy, or even now, he comes to me and say, your 24-hour economy, I've seen that you have it, we have it. What is the way forward? Can we join to put it properly so that it will help our country? Manifestos are policies of political parties. So every party has a different manifesto and the way he thinks he or she wants to manage our country. Are you with me? But if we put all these ideas together as a country, and that is why the APC, we believe in one thing. APC believes in an all-inclusive governance concept, which means that when I become president, I will tap talent, knowledge, skills from everyone. I don't care whether you voted for HASSAN AYARIGA or you voted against me. Once you have the requisite talent, knowledge, skills, experience, I will hire you to build the country I want us to build. Because you are part of this country. I will not be employing only APC members. No, I employ everybody who has the requisite talent, skills, and
HASSAN AYARIGA any equity no mun seme de ba ye ntirutie na anko no ni 24-hour policy no ordinary bebre egu akwemu sese ye to aba ema no 2024 no be president of Ghana eno ne niema obehwen kankan se o hyese ne ye Ghana bibia ye hia se ye mo ye cement ye dua ne die fa na no ye kra free o my hoodroom nkodinani ebe kire ye production system no obe make sure so nko be hye ho no mu kana na se ne nka ye ka so nurses ne ade ne drivers so mo run 24 hours dada no o kire mu se ne nurses for erane anase hospitals erane o mu 24/7 ejuma no enye sa no no HASSAN AYARIGA nkope no but nko de niam bebre ebegu akwan mu na o show be te se Mahama esanse policy no enyo no ne die enti no enti na ontumi mfa nchechire mu bia emfa mbesom yen no osaso eka wone kasa ye mu se anka ye kanga sa 24-hour policy de obaye ne se ejuma bi ko anopa 6 a nanka ebebo ewia 2 pm no nanka wapon na next badge ne so abamu 2 pm na omonso omapon 10 pm nti omonso kwa na third badge ne so abetine mu 10 pm na omonso upon 6 am tinka sana rotation no ebekone na nkenye adwuma bia nso ene ebero ane sa 24-hour economy na ye adwuma bia na ebero ane be adwuma enkanka ne ye production system no sebe ya ebeboa na ye han niema emfemfim host ne to ane sam so kura bisa ne say nti sabre ya o keka we nyina no said 2024 when we need election na se Mahama ba na so ye no ne be din koma obetumi ene Mahama aka bom no so ni 24 hour policy no de aba ne de ade a ono edi egu akwemu se ba bebu Ghana nti so no kwa 2024 election no wentumi anwini a obetumi aton sa policy no de ama Mahama na Mahama ewini nko ade na chesode ewuli o my midi mo free HASSAN AYARIGA won sensem no na medemo kwa akopie mu ewo ZIEGA nso honom ZIEGA nso de nenu adame betina fidie mu hanim sei de Alan Kojo Chairman ne work a oye wa santemante mu hanim sei na no meminda etwemu a okogina paso ekoka se Mahama 24 hour policy Mahama si odi be 24-hour policy na Mahama sheda ni nchechemu papa bia de magana fo inti sene NPP fo nso wo mato o manu esisu se 24-hour policy Mahama se odi be nyade a ebetumi aboa no Alan Cash eka se ohuni se wa obeka sasem ni na na chese bani nimdie e politics mu na chese nimdie aye fe ni nimdie die uni bi kra na we na amazi ga ba bonti aba be ka sem ye hwesenie Alan Kojo Chairman ne work ye opuli crowd ye papa no na e wo sanka ono nso ne policy anase de ono nso betumi aye e de ama Ghana for 2024 se to aba na no be president de obetumi aye na no na e wo sanka odi tuja na eni kwai sanka o ha ne ho kra no ka Mahama asem no na Mahama ne nsama chese Ordina no atuma wakebi ni de ensem fatana why very disappointed in Alan Cash. Mama yenko ni yenko ti onu so no mu nsem emra sisia.
Yentos.
Kwame.
Na before we baso na Adansie aye creative art ni na wo mo twetwe makokreku mantesa.
Kwame, asem we dey so. Chi nya obotre to ye bo ase ne kan yi.
Creative art for Adansie.
Saturday no na they have flooded the whole place.
As on nko an contest ele.
Ye be kan ho asem Kwame. Quickly branity ba me monitor. Ti asem na be kan yi Kwame. Mo bia nduma manu isi bone.
Video.
Be di bu be keke Kwame. Ye say it is only a fool who sees the signs of danger and ignores it. Kwame, Alan Chamati solo no okon, a different from the Yehunu Dada.
Okay.
Alan Chamati solo we say no Kwame, and no gusitano. And no gusitano, nenkofo nimno or NDC mu. Tell you. NDC the nimno, bagana nenkofo nimnesa.
Okay.
You understand? Alan Chamati solo we nye reku brube a wote no ho conform UGM from NPP because one or two days but reku brube idea or the kote the political party and ne ya ne de bia ke so but that time no na people were not ready to embrace it.
Okay.
Alan Chamati solo we say nye Mr. Obed Asamoah edie bi Mr. Obed Asamoah de no a okokote no. People were looking forward to see Dr. Obed Asamoah na kasa the name of the ballot paper. But no person check Ghana for say I'm not after the presidency. No mo me person me correct normal. Na kophobia yete to omo NDC no. Me ji omo film na ye form a new party. That is why we train who free the flag bearership ni mu a. Oma owura Emmanuel Asa entry eko contest ya obukonya 0.2%. This one is different. Kwame. Alan is Alan. Alan is different. And how Alan ten or the circumstances around Alan ten or Kwame is different. I'm telling you, Kwame. Alan is heavy. He's heavy in Ghana politics today. Today's politics. So we are MPP so no one asra. And you don't have any panacea or antidote to what is happening. Oh, Kumasi. Just shut up. Just keep quiet. Tell us that you don't have any solution. Just you keep quiet. But I'm telling you about the fact that Alan will cause a strike if they don't have anything or do something to stem what is happening in the party. Kwame. The man consistently, just not make you consistently organizing work our your stronghold. And anytime you about organizing work or increasing
the
numbers no are appreciated. You are sitting there, you are calling this bluff. Kwame. You are calling this oh, Kwame, don't do that. You don't do that. The man consistently in your stronghold was shut down your stronghold. Oba say how many works and we're organizing other regions. Ashanti region twice. Accra one, and he's coming back to Accra.
Yeah.
And we should not forget that until 2020, any political party that wins Accra, Greater Accra, he wins the election. Signs of danger, you are ignoring it. It will come back and hit you. The man strategically using t-shirt and caps. Yellow t-shirt and caps are enticing people.
Now the colors are so bright.
Yes.
Yellow and black.
Using t-shirts and caps enticing people to go for work. What do I say? And say, sit down near Hardy. Now come and listen to me. Oral and Chamatin. Kaya. Almost all political parties and analysts about this country. Aka said, Mr. Alan Chamatin, some of them say the original idea or the yes is to make sure that MPP doesn't come to power.
Okay.
Kwame. Ebi say Alan Chamatin, dear opeso yani say, or call it the bluff of Nana Dan Kokufado. Ebi say dear Alan Chamatin peso yani say, what did tell me so ma Baumia be president. Ebi say he's just doing this for shaggy reasons. Untibida. Say ko focus anu. Kwame TV. Yes. People are saying say Alan Chamatin NDC for the shit that Chima me yes.
Yeah.
And Kofaka say you are just doing a campaign disguisedly for President Mahama. Just my make Kwame. Alan Chamatin enya ye for the first time Mahama called a yeda, but Mahama called you as anti-regime. But listen to me. Alan Chamatin here disappointed me kakra. Kwame.
Are you
yes, oh disappointed me. Say someone bank or for Kadina Kwame next or done also and tread cautiously. She Mameka Semijo. Build up to 2016 election, something happened. Unim say one district, one factory. And then another down Kokufa na diswadi hunu. And ya Alan Chamatin diswadi huna or they back another government. You understand? Now listen to me. 2016, build up to the elections. President Mahama launched NDC campaign. Central region. And what Jabe, one district, one factory. With your dodges, quickly, my main kai kakrebi jail. Was say, or take a swipe of one district, one factory. Was say, even students of elementary economics know that the locations of sustainable industries are not determined by a political district. He said, they are determined by factors such as market, closeness to raw materials, power, water, closeness to port, tax incentives, and many other objective factors. President Mahama expressed this sentiment over weekend at the launch of his campaign for election, held at Central Region Capital, Cape Coast. Then events saw the cream de la cream, blah 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 blah. Now, a person say one district, one factory, no Kwame, and you feasible. Satan no Mr. Alan Chamatin. No, to down Kokufu Adwaka, the dada say. So by your president, you will be the trade minister.
Yeah.
You are the only person that Onemu and son or by president. Alan Chamatin did not take a swipe or react to what President Mahama said. Even you, I hear what this one do. Nanya na do down Kokufu this one do. And you Alan Chamatin when this one do. President Mahama, catch Ghana for saying feasible. But what me and take a swipe? Today, President Mahama say, "Wabeye 24-hour economy," which me I support it because last Saturday on ZIEGA stake. I throw my support behind it. You understand? Now listen to me. President Mahama can't say women say you are campaigning for President Mahama. And say you don't just want Bawumia to become president. And say you are campaigning disguisedly for NDC. You want to tread cautiously. Then instead of you sitting down, no Ghana for a dear movement for Bayano, you are rather becoming a public relations officer for President Mahama. I don't get it. Kwame? 92.9. I don't get it. Mr. Sapo, let us talk. I don't get it. Question or not question, it's a PR. You don't mention Mahama on your platform. 92.9. Alan Chamati is heavy. You are not Hassan Ayariga. Okoye campaigner. Okoche Mahama t-shirt or not the region. You are not Odike. Why a campaign we are 7 previous. He's captured on the audio. Okache Konfose or no President Mahama sponsor the campaign. Allah, you are different. Don't make suspicion automatically follow you. Dr. Bawumia ebe take you swipe against Mahama no. As a so jamo omo ko omo tokwa. Mahama no abeka se Bawumia si enye ye. No so react. Enye won abeka sa Mahama. Wo ya man ko fo hu se wo ya campaign Mahama pa. I'm telling you. Yes. Ala chamacha ya man ko fo hu so ya campaign Mahama.
Okay. Now my NTA
but that is my stand.
Okay. My NTA
you shouldn't have gone there at all.
I'm telling you, my NTA sound no ember. Na NTA what a year Urala Chamatin a car year about the 24-hour economy.
John Mahama Obeka said or maybe Oba or the 24-hour economy. Yes, sir. So kasa on carbon obi obeka say 24-hour economy no anya the papa no na so no on politics ase won say you bet 24-hour economy no na say politics na so won ti ase na no dia say bi sa John Mahama ni say dia na wo be ya ebema economy no atimi around 24 hours and the 92.9 accident but so we can say the 24-hour economy no you find adwuma na so won ti ase 24 hours and the question is here bisa is the question
Casben 92.9 accident
but so we can say the 24-hour economy no you find adwuma na so won ti ase na mom dia me bisa Yewra Mahama ni say open 24-hour economy. You must fix your economy first. Economy in crisis cannot support a 24-hour economy. David Kamuti said, "Me say an economy in crisis cannot support a 24-hour economy." I know the 24-hour economy. Fix the economy first. Alan Chamati, we are the president. I will fix the economy. Choboy, Messi,
Casben 92.9
I will fix the economy. I know Anna Obama Foundation. You bet me there 24-hour economy.
Casben 92.9 Asidan Kwan.
This is the Honorable Alan Kojo speaking. Nana, I think the content, you know. And baby of our 73 no clear, right?
Kwame, you're clear. Sure, what your politics as it?
Obisa questions, no.
And your question, Kwame, what your politics as ya? You just tell people say the economy no. You know say we are in the economic mess. Tell us how you are going to fix it. You don't bring somebody's policy on your platform to discuss it. It's an agenda. If you don't know, Obisa Hassan Ayariga. Every radio station saw me interview no one can check for say President Mahama we are ne idea no obi say endorsing he's just endorsing that 24-hour in the economy no. He's just endorsing it in disguise a strategy It's a typical agenda.
Kesben 92.
He shouldn't have gone there at all. What is your policy? President Mahama made 2 clear policies. President Mahama was free primary health care. I'll promise you 2020. Also, that's one punch. What's that promise? Your friend say 24-hour economy. So, all where is yours? Oh, dear way. Nipe betu di na chiwo
Kumasi. GTP ba say GTP wa come watch.
GTP one etiase. Enkofo fi sentoma. What I'm saying is that the GTP no esesu oyi adia ba ko kaka no Kumasi on the platform no so. Chenkofo bi se me ba me say enkofo President Mahama you are turning the PR. Why ba ye PR work e dia ma ye friend say President Mahama.
Yes, but Nana, how will you also respond to the fact that Dr. Bawumia said it's possible for a 24-hour economy? Say a beye juma, maybe two was John Mahama no our 24-hour economy no one take economy na say because 24-hour economy no ekoso dada, AC dada, eyadia ekoso. There are certain sectors in our economy one more run 24 hours. Now, at the mention of that policy on the NPP's platform by Dr. Bawumia, and also because we're heightened or the hype of a year Mahama policy, Nana.
Let me tell you.
Or because they were criticizing,
let me tell you
take it on a lighter note.
Me, I have endorsed 24-hour economy. You understand? Now, let me tell you something. Dr. Bawumia nete on a platform. And watch the catcher for say, you should not forget that the direct opponent, you know,
exactly.
I mean, the traditional opponent, and Oka say, John Mahama so about 24-hour economy. Na say no waka. But Allah Jamaten so bet me aka say, Mahama so about 24-hour economy. Any ye say economy is no good. We have to fix it. But who can say Nkofosi and he's referring to Bawumia. He should have not gone there at all. What you should have done. And so all Canada and I say President Mahama Diana no say and not visible because the economy is no good. No. Now can straight. But who can say Nkofosi and Nkofo say. It's referring to Dr. Bawumia.
And only a job who say what to the
oh yes, it's a fact.
Okay. Okay.
Everyone is a fact.
I see.
It's a fact. I think that baby I want to know. So
Ebusiasi gimuncheche mu ena yekote ye eba ye nintirutie ne kasa ye mu a na opa kire se de Alan Kojo Chematin kojina simpie so kan na ano memenda no kame akwa akoye se Mahama ni PR na chese Mahama ka asama ono na eja ojina muma ni nti ono beba begina honom no oba be kirekire mu se de Mahama ka no asikire nie de yemfa ne sei ma yemfa ne sei na ensema ZIEGA no frankly speaking me ameti hey 24-hour economy ni de munim sa abre ni abre bia metena ha ya na meka ho asem I am in support of it esan se betumi aboa but one thing is say economy na nkasa no se ewo former sa 24-hour economy ne be den kura akosoro because any medin wo my your security system quite very poor. It is a security system you very poor. Na me ameti hey must yen run 24-hour policy. Na meti he ni abe ejuma na jo be 10 to 5. Na sister, wa ba ejuma no pakra na manfu kura ewremu appointed to wo so abejejeje oni ma na ba betena ho anajo. Inti se Mahama suo wo bibi ye. No betumi e di aboa na so Yesu se ga na ye den ni dia. And the mestre said this is the timer. Obetumi atena se na wa draw plan ni yes and so the HASSAN AYARIGA no beko akohu no. Now on na kasa ne polo no no sie say yo no angasa ne policy na enemo yes odi gu akwemu ama ne policy na bem na ndi obeje afri ne honom na otumi aba abonte aba be kasa and I think said is one of the best ebetumi aboa. As for the 24-hour policy ne de very good ebetumi aboa because they be am come no for kra ye nti ye nso a ebetumi aboa ba ye system na ye wo mu no ene wona wo ama no ne wo system ne nyepe. Inti se Mahama ni abre pa say this is what he wants to do. I think say also to me the niama egu akwemu yie ansana se sa 24 hour economy policy na beba so a abaso me se bibi biara beto fom bia no na ya asewa me de beba abeso mo pacho Kumasi online media school so wa bufra wo fie ni we wie JHS we wie SHS we wie university onko school krada na nani je samtwe djuma ho nko ade o mabi o mapomu ato ho no media ma obi biara o mo number ni 0550623377 na 0557036109 courses are more yen so the adults ye pomia graphic design, TV and radio presentation, video and audio editing, TV and radio production, newscasting, camera handling, journalism, drone shots, any social media, pay a chair kwaya waskwa. Yeri tia mas ena edi in shenim. To know what me friend penny for na only or match chinko more before forms and so just 100 Ghana cedis. Courses no was subebre na what take it one kasa or me pacho 3-month intensive practicals. Ye de ni theory. Intensive practicals into first day be remunum. Ye do ra studio. Ye do ko film ya church when ye meni so we camera we console per editing na. Ye ni say ye mi aha ni ya cut ni ya copy ni ye paste. Ye be church or san ye mani na within 3 months no na onso we kunya certificate e chese ubetumi aye ejuma baby. Me pa cho wi enso dia baby abaye attachment on internship ni de tumuda. Kumasi online media school penifo ankasa ebepe baby ede ama saso ena we program bia na se bia wo hia won na wo camera ni efe na omo ba we twa program no ede ama ode ende na me kanfo Kumasi online TV ede ama enede me pa cho program bia wo ye graduation church service funeral wedding birthday conference engagement frewo mo 0550623377 na omumbetwa wudwumedie no streaming live Facebook any YouTube and famo sika ketuwa bi pe na obeti abrebia ya na meka se enkotua sika be $10,000 mfa mo bi na ebe kwa wie chie na wo wedding pictures we yo se facha me na me card na kra se na chese wedding no se wo kwa ye no foforo na se wuja ma wedding pictures na ade yin aka me pacho frey ye na yembetwa na ye streaming kama famo ye wi a o pictures ni ade so ya edit ne kama so ede ama ahanso na mbrema kwa na nde atija na ya asawa me de besomo no medie su kopie mu MCR Dennis eni abrante pama no enetina MCR honom ede ma me videos ni ade echegu ye nyina no omo nsa no ena obaba kompenso a ono so ebo mechidom eye hana ATP yesi friend atopa hana ayendro ka se minchi obi mana na enen so message ya nipa no ede ama Mr. Wusu bempa me pacho hana se minkancho so chia oye pa makra moda sende besan so edishia